All right, Shalom. This is Power Thumb of the Great Millstone Houston Camp, back with another lesson to edify the elect of the nation of Israel. So before I begin, as always, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shah, Ba'asham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the Great Millstone that rule well. Also, peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all the Israelites scattered abroad, who will receive this truth, enduring the truth into the end, and the same shall be saved by our Lord Yahweh Shah when it returns during World War III. All right, riding on so-called UFOs to deliver the elect and to destroy enemies. All right, and this is the solution to the problems of the world, which are caused by the so-called white man, the elite Edomites. All right, which the Bible describes and gives descriptions and context clues of who the wicked, all right, is in the scriptures, which is today the so-called white man. Is written in code, all right, so that only the prophets, which are the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, could understand what the Bible is saying to make sense of what's happening in the world, all right? And it's ultimately only for the elect of the nation of Israel to get the understanding. All right, so we have another hanging. Let's play this video, get some precepts. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
A lot of moving parts. And obviously, this is one of the most unfortunate and unbelievable tragedies a family will face. Put up the picture full mask. 27-year-old Tania Miller was found dead near a Miami park on June 18th. She had been living in Miami since the month of February, while her family was located in Michigan. They were located in Michigan. She was in Miami. Family members tell us that she was found without her phone, although Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office claimed she was found with all of her personal property. Shortly after finding her body, her family says that her death was ruled, that she unalived herself by the Miami-Dade Police Department. They've confirmed it with our team. So the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office responded on June 18th, 2026. The MDSO Homicide Bureau investigated, and the autopsy results conducted by the Miami-Dade medical examiner determined that this was a death by way of self-infliction. Someone unalived themselves, according to their report. Miller's aunt, Michelle Howell, traveled to Miami to identify her niece's body. She told NBC6 News on Friday that after speaking with the investigator assigned to the case and speaking with the medical examiner, the family also believes that the young Miss Miller took her own life. Quote, after talking with the investigator on the case and speaking with the medical examiner, it was, Howell said, after gathering information and investigating, it was not homicide, end quote.
All right, so that's all I'm gonna play of that. All right, so I'm gonna play the next video. All right, so we in that time. All right, let's get Jeremiah 30:7. This is the beginning stages of all hell breaking loose. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, or Israelites. All right, you wonder why you keep catching hell. And the same thing was happening to you in the 1600s, happening to you in the 1700s. It's happening was happening in the 1800s. Also in the 1900s, still happening in the 2000s. All right. Why is that? It's because you are the Israelites and you are under these curses, man. All right. Strange fruit still hanging. Let's get Jeremiah 30:5. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. This was coming to America and to the four corners of the earth. All right, all the countries of the world, but mainly here in America. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned unto paleness. So fear, Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai will strike the fear of God and these people on the planet. All right. Which is the fear of, which is to exalt their names in their righteousness on this planet. And the prophets are their messengers prophesying in the names of our powers to let you know who's bringing on these fearful, perilous, and dangerous times. So there will be no ifs, ands, or buts about who and why are these things happening on the planet. Who's bringing them and why they're happening. Verse 7, at last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, so we're in the beginning stages of you Israelites catching the judgment of the Heavenly Father. It's called the time of Jacob's trouble because you Israelites have been rebellious against your power, all the while receiving warnings and mercy, all right, from the Lord through his prophets, giving you the word of repentance and the gospel of your salvation. And most of our people are predestined to reject it because they love this wicked world more than the world of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect of the nation of the elect Israelites, starting with the governing body, the 144,000, and then the rest of the elect, which are men, women, and children that believe. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, say Yahweh of hosts, that will break his yoke from off thy neck and burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So no longer after this salvation will we, the Israelites, be in captivity under the other nations, but they shall serve Yahweh their power and David their king, who I will raise unto them. So we have our own government that's going to take over the planet and put the other nations under our feet. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, say Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of thy captivity. So when our Lord Yahweh shall returns, the Israelites will be in captivity, and we are in captivity. And in this captivity, our enemies are still hunting us. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet. It ain't gonna be no more nobody know what happened. All right. It was unaliving. And none shall make him afraid, because we're gonna have the presence of the Lord, Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai on us. And we're gonna be endowed with power. All right. A force that the world has never seen before. We're going to be extraterrestrials, like you see off of this, you will see your favorite superhero have. Our power is going to be greater than that. For I am with thee, say Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. Right? He's going to bring them down forever. Yet will I not make a full end of thee. I will correct thee in measure, and I will not leave thee altogether unpunished. And these mysterious unalivings and self-inflicted unalivings, which are murders, okay? Their lynchings and their murders or the punishment of the Lord upon our people. For thus said Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable and thy womb is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause. You see, we are catching hell real quick. Let's go Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And why are we catching this hell and having these bruises, which are these curses? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, which is a future prophecy. It says, it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So for not listening, you're going to get punished. You're going to get punished with these curses. Let's read some of these curses, right? A verse or two. Let's see. And these curses not only happen in America. These curses have been following us since we broke the covenant. All right? Since we became a nation. But mainly after, King Solomon's reign, we went into captivity under Assyrians, Babylonians, so on and so forth. Medo-Persians, Greeks, the Romans, which were Edomites. All right. And now in this final captivity, this is our final captivity. All right. Let's see. Yep. Bear with me. Yep. Deuteronomy 28 and 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. That's why nobody cares about us, the Israelites, because we're looked at as the worst group of people, all right, on the planet. Especially the so-called Negroes, so-called African Americans, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Verse 44, and he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. And he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of your power, Yahweh, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So these curses identify who the Israelites are, because they will follow us and they will show who the Israelites are. All right. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And these Edomites, these so-called white people, know that we the Israelites, we don't have nothing of our own. We go to them for the food, for the water, for the clothing, for the shelter. All right. And it began, all right, this country began becoming great by putting yokes of iron upon our necks until we was destroyed. All right. And the destruction happened mentally, all right, through physicality. All right. Now people are all messed up in the head from the foundation that you Edomites laid. which was the bloodshed, the murder, all right, of us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, we're not ignorant of these things that Esau, the so-called white man, want to sweep under the rug and hide his hand as if he's done nothing. All right, let's see real quick. Salakia. Let's see. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no rest, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, a filling of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. All right. Now this is the precepts that I wanted to get. Now let's see real quick. But another version says, and overtake you. Yup. One second. All right, let's see. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 65 in the GNB, which is the Good News Bible. All right. You will find no peace anywhere, no place to call your own. Yahweh will overwhelm you with anxiety, hopelessness, and despair. All right. And this is the situation that we're in mainly here in America right now. We have no peace and no place to call your own. All right. Everywhere you go, you consumed with anxiety, hopelessness, and despair, especially when you get no matter what. If you're around Edomites, so-called white people, around so-called Chinese, so-called Arab, even your own people, there's no peace. You have nothing. You own nothing. It's all you always looking over your shoulder. Most of our people have nothing going on for them. All right, no hope. It's just despair. Your life will always be in danger, especially when you get around Edomites, so-called white people. Day and night you will be filled with terror, and you will live in constant fear of death. Now, people think that since we got away from slavery, that things have gotten better. That's a lie. Yeah, that during slavery, that is the most extreme case. But we're still in an extreme case right now, right? Let me put this on here. It says, your life will always be in danger. Day and night you will be filled with terror, and you will live in constant fear of death, all right? We're always in danger, filled with terror and a constant fear of death. Your heart will pound with fear at everything you see. Every morning you will wish for evening. Every evening you will wish for morning. Right? You know, hey, Lord, when I make it to the day, or I make it to the night. Right? Why? Because we're hunted. We're the prey. All right. Let's see. This is how it is, man. Okay, we don't care about how you feel, and y'all always bringing these negative ideas in our people's head. We should move past this and forgive. And Jesus got you Israelites' mind destroyed. Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. All right. So who are our possessors that slay us? Were we brought in chains with the yokes of iron? Who owned us then? The same people that owned us then own us now. All right? And they say, look, thank God, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pitied them not. You had Sambo niggas back then. You got Sambo niggas now. And you got what you got what is it? Sambo, your Coombs or Uncle Tom's, right? You had Uncle Tom's, Sambos, all of them niggas was messed up in the head. Right? Uncle Tom had more sense than Sambo, but both of them was messed up in the head, right? Your shepherds today are your different leaders that set up, your different, superstars, your political leaders, your financial leaders, which people don't have many to choose from that. All right, your entertainment leaders. It's pretty much all they give you is leaders that's from the entertainment world, right? Which have nothing in no business in matters that concern justice, right? You wouldn't call a comedian to be a judge in a courthouse, would you? But our people set up their entertainers as leaders and shepherds, right? You even got your religious shepherds, like oh boy, the Potter's House. All right, I forget his damn name. Yeah, guys like that. Creflo Dollar. All right. What's another one? You TD Jakes. What's the other one that be on the YouTube? He got to read this. Geno Jenkins. He's a shepherd, and he don't pity you Israelites. All right, because he's saying that we should be friends with Edomites. Befriend Edomites. All right, your Christian brothers. It's a goddamn lie. All right. Now, not every white, so-called white-looking person is an Edomite. All right, but majority of them are, and they is slaying you and holding themselves not guilty. We ain't did nothing. It was a suicide. Yeah, okay. We can't prove it, but okay. Whatever you say. All right. This is Jeremiah 30. Let's see, I was just over here. In 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Let's see real quick. This is Jeremiah 30 and 12. For this say Yahweh, thy bruise. Oh, I was already over here reading this. Yup. So that's the spirit. Okay. So let's go back to Jeremiah 30 and 12. For thus say Yahweh, thy bruise is uncurable, and thy wound is grievous. Yeah, the curses that the Lord put on us, they're incurable because only one man can save us from this, which is Yahweh. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine. All right. So-called white man ain't trying to help you. All right. If he was trying to help you, he'll tell you who you are and what you have to do to get from under these curses. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah care for you. All right. He's trying to plead your cause by sending his prophets to tell you what's going on, where you went wrong, and how to make it right. That thou mayest be bound up, that has no healing medicine. The medicine for us is this truth. All thy lovers have forgotten. All these nations that you are fond of, right, that you lay in bed with, by taking on their ways. Okay? They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with a wound of an enemy. Right? The wound is by the enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. The cruelest one is these Edomites. For the multitude of thine iniquity. Why? For the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. This is the problem. It ain't no other problem outside of we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, the covenant. And the only way to make it right is through faith in Yahweh. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. God damn. Ain't nobody gonna truly help you. All right, bring that tissue and dry your eyes. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. You see? The Lord saying, get right. Verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. We're being preyed upon. And we ain't being prayed for. Right? We being preyed on. Right? We're being spoiled. We're in captivity. But all of our adversaries that did this, they reap the fruits of their reward or of their actions. So what happened to us, what's happening to us, what happened, what's happening, and what will happen to us is going to happen to our enemies. For I will restore health unto thee. The kingdom of Israel will be built upon the throne of David to rule the world in righteousness. I will heal thee with the wounds. I will heal thee of thy wounds, say Yahweh. Take these curses off of us, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, who no man seeketh after thee. See, you don't have to worry about these nations truly helping you and caring about the things that's going on with you. Right? Thus say Yahweh, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tent. Take the captivity away, and have mercy on his dwellings. And the city shall be built upon her heaps, and the palaces shall remain after the manner thereof. So we're going to have a kingdom, a government, a rulership. All right. And all them shall proceed, and out of them shall proceed thanksgiving in the voice of them that make merry. And we're gonna be laying back. We're gonna be kicking it for real. I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. I will punish all that oppress them. Right? You see this beauty? This is what the scriptures call the gospel, the good news. All right? And it's all made possible by Yahweh. This is the reason the New Testament was written. For us to receive of these promises and these blessings. Not to bring the other nations into our happiness. And fuck them other niggas. Right? Because you know the rest. Right? Fuck them other niggas, man. Verse 21. Their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. You see? We're going to have our own judges. All right? No longer will you have these different precincts and these governors and, the police of these other nations that don't give a damn about you and that judge according to their own advantage. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, said Yahweh. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. You see? Yeah, and Esau gonna get it. All right, you Edomites, you're gonna get it. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to you. How about Shemi Al Shah? By Sharakadas, Brakathon, Shalom.